Just wait till we get a few more people. Hey, everybody. Just wait till we get a few more people. Alright, so today I'm going to be making an apple pie. So I just wanted to go ahead and show everybody the steps to actually making my apple pie dough. I actually make it homemade from scratch. We got big old bowl of apples here. I'm using 3 different kind of apples. I'm using Granny Smith apples. We got some golden delicious apples, and then I also got some Fiji apples. So it's gonna be pretty good. But like I said, right now I'm only showing y'all how I'm doing the dough. I'll make the apple pie later. Alright, so I have 2.5 cups of flour, just all-purpose flour. And then, I don't know if y'all can see, my mixer is here. It might help if I plugged it up though. Do it. Sparking my interest. Slow down, baby. Alright. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put the flour in my mixer. And then I also have a half of teaspoon of salt in here, and then a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. So all that's gonna go in with the flour. Hey, how you doing? Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put the salt and the baking powder in there as well. And then just dump it right over in there. And then let me grab my butter. Alright, y'all, so I went ahead and cubed my butter. This is 2 sticks of butter, which equals to 1 cup. So this is about how you want it. That way you can see the actual butter pieces through the dough once you actually get it formed. So I'm going to go ahead and put this inside as well. And then we're going to go ahead and turn it on for about 30 seconds to kind of let it go ahead and mix up. I do know what I'm doing. You don't know what you're doing. What you talking about? That's why I'm trying to teach y'all something. I'll show y'all what it looks like in just a second. So once it focus. Alright, so yeah, we got it cubed in there. Just the flour, baking powder, and salt. And then again, like I said, that was just 2.5 cups of flour, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. And then again, 2 sticks of butter. And then we're also gonna add a 1/3 cup of ice cold water to it as well, once we actually start getting the dough mixed together. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this on. How's everybody's Sunday going? So you just want to kind of mix it around too, kind of help the flour push it down into the bottom of the bowl a little bit. That way you know the butter is getting all mixed up in there. I'm trying, and I will. You need to call her. Y'all not friends on Facebook? Huh? I was trying to move it. Do it look like that? I was just trying to make sure it's in a good spot. Okay. Okay. Alright, so I let that go for about 30 seconds, a little longer actually. You don't want to actually break up the butter too much. You still want it in actual clumps. See, it's not... Here's like a little piece of butter. You still want it kind of together. See? You don't want to break it up too much. And then I'm going to just turn this back on just for like another little 10 or 15 seconds. I'll give it to you later. You need to stop switching numbers. Alright, I'm about to go ahead and put that water in there. Like I said, that's 1/3 cups of ice cold water. It has to be cold, okay? Or your dough is not going to come together like you want it to. Alright, so I got my water here. Now you can either at this point, if you want, you can just take the bowl away from the mixer and you can actually hand mix it with your hand as you're pouring the water in. But today I'm not actually going to do that. I'm going to just let the mixer do all the work. So I'm going to turn it back on and start mixing the water in. But don't pour it too fast. You want to only pour a little bit at a time. That way you can kind of control the moisture in the dough. You don't want it too wet. Then at that point you will have to try to fix it by adding more flour in, and you really don't want to do that. We got dinner cooking already. Today I'm going to be making some corned beef and cabbage with some bacon in there. We're going to do some macaroni and cheese. I want some Mexican cornbread and apple pie. Nothing too major, but you know. Sorry about that, y'all. I was getting a phone call. So it's starting to come together. Looking really good. So once this comes together, I'm going to have to flour the countertop. And then we'll go ahead and dump the flour onto it. Or the dough onto the flour. That way we can pull it all together. You right, I do. DJ already working on it. Alright, y'all, so the dough is done. I'm about to show y'all what we got. Look at this. This is the dough, y'all. This is what we got. From that 2.5 cups of flour, the 1.5 teaspoons of salt, and a 1/4 baking soda. Not baking soda, baking powder. I'm sorry, y'all. And butter, 2 sticks. Alright. So I'm going to just grab the last little pieces that I got left inside the mixer. And kind of just stick them all to the little disc that we have here. So. Alright, so I'm going to just sit this back in my bowl for a second. And then here's the rest of my flour. This is the little leftover flour that you want to use to actually use on your countertop. Just to roll it out, form your dough up a little bit. And I'll kind of show y'all what the counter is looking like right now. Just so you know not to put too much. You don't want to put too much flour. It'll mess up the dough at that point. Alright, let me go and wash my hands real quick. Hey girl, how are you? I miss you. What you been up to? You ain't been on Facebook in forever. Alright, y'all. Let me show y'all. Alright, so this is about enough flour. And then we're going to go and just kind of dump that there. Sorry about that. Alright, so yeah. You just kind of want to work it. Not too much. Not too much. And then we're going to form a little ball there. And then give me 1 second. Alright, y'all. So this right here is called a bench scraper. This is what I'm going to use to separate it. And then we're going to have a top and a bottom. Okay, DM me your number. Alright, so I'm going to take a little flour and just base the bottom of the bench scraper with that. Just so that the dough don't get stuck to the bottom of the bench scraper. So you want to just kind of form it into a disc like this. Nice little circle. Just like this. And then you're going to take it right down the middle. Like this. Kind of just like that. See? So now you have your top and your bottom. So this will be the bottom part to the crust. To our pie dough. Just like that. Get a closer look. top and bottom. Alright, I got you. I'll text you later. Alright, y'all. Top and bottom. Real quick video. And then once you get done, once you form your disc as a top and bottom, if you have saran wrap, that's pretty good to use. I don't have any saran wrap at the moment, so I'm going to just use like little sandwich bags. But you want to just place the disc inside of the sandwich bag and then sit it in the refrigerator for, if you're pressed for time, 30 minutes is fine, but I would honestly prefer either overnight or just let it sit for 2 hours in the refrigerator. So if you didn't think about making an apple pie and you're like, okay, I got everything to do it, you really don't have to wait too much time, but you definitely still need to let your dough sit. So just 30 minutes is all it takes. And you see, making the dough didn't take any time at all. So, and you already got everything in your refrigerator or in your kitchen. Flour, butter, salt, baking powder if you actually bake. If not, it doesn't cost nothing, maybe $2. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put this in the refrigerator. So that's it really for right now. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and let that sit in the refrigerator for about 2 hours. And then once I come back, I'll have DJ peeling apples. So we'll be peeling apples and cutting them up and getting the apple pie ready. Let me show y'all my pie dish that we're going to be using, because today I'm actually using 15 apples. My apple pie recipe actually usually only calls for like really like 8 to 10 apples, but the dish that I'm using is a deep dish, so it's really required that you use more apples than usual. So let me show y'all real quick. I should have already had that ready, but this is the one that I'm using. So that's why I'm using 15 apples. And then like I said, if you wasn't here before, we're using Granny Smith apples, Fiji apples, and Golden Delicious today. Usually I only use Golden Smith and Fiji, but we decided to add a different one in there today. So we're going to see how that turns out. Alright. So yeah. Alright, y'all. Make sure you like and share my video. Thank you for watching. Make sure y'all tune in again later to make the apple pie with me, okay? Thank you. Bye.